Hello, good morning, good afternoon, welcome. I'm very pleased to be joined by Dr. Toralf Pohl. Dr. Pohl is the Chief Commercial Officer for Hydrogenious LOHC, which is, as you can probably tell by the name, is a supplier of LOHC, liquid organic hydrogen carrier. So welcome, Toralf. Thanks for joining me.
Happy to join, Nadim. Happy to be in this call.
Yeah. So Hydrogenious is obviously been a supporter of World Hydrogen Leaders for some time, and you're going to be sponsoring the World Hydrogen Week, which is a big congress fast approaching us on the 9th to the 13th of October in Rotterdam. Lots of discussions, lots of people coming, lots of discussions, I guess, around derivatives. But I guess before we get into that, maybe if you want to give us your own sort of thumbnail biography and your background and how you got into the hydrogen industry and specifically Hydrogenious.
Happy to do so. My name is Toralf Pohl. I'm Chief Commercial Officer at Hydrogenious LOHC Technology. We are a company based in Erlangen in Germany. Regarding my background, I'm a business jurist with an MBA from the European Business School in Österreich-Winkel in Germany and the Durham University in UK. So before I entered or came to Hydrogenious, I spent 3 years with PNE AG. PNE is international project developer and IPP. And before that, I served more than a decade at a turbine manufacturer, wind turbine manufacturer at Senvion, where I had various leadership positions.
Yeah, it's interesting. You come to the industry from the renewable side, so obviously a lot of relevant experience there. And obviously the renewables industry has overcome a number of challenges, namely in terms of scaling up, wind turbines and going down the cost curve. So what do you see the key challenges for the hydrogen industry as we're perhaps at a similar stage as you were maybe a decade ago when you first started in the wind industry?
Yeah, now I'm about a year now with this hydrogen industry, and then of course I see a lot of challenges that the hydrogen industry still have. It's in a ramp-up phase right now. Just to name 3 of the challenges. First, of course, it's transportation of hydrogen, the molecule. It belongs a bit also to our business, to Hydrogenious business. There is a gap between the production side and the offtake side. Globally, we see, of course, huge demand of hydrogen, of green hydrogen, of blue hydrogen. But in countries as where I come from, in Germany, there's not enough production to serve the demand from my country itself. So the country as Germany is compelled to import hydrogen, and particularly then, of course, from countries where hydrogen can be produced to lowest cost and where there's enough space available for wind farms and for solar farms. And so this means now that the hydrogen transportation of the gas now is of big importance for the industry. And here our technology comes into account. So in principle, I think the transportation of the gas is not easy. So to do it in a safe and reliable way, there are already in the industry various technologies available, and we believe that all technology have their applications, their challenges. From our side is I can say that we are very much applicable for transportation of the molecule in a safe and cost-efficient way over long distances. So we can bring the molecule in a safe way to the end user, also in urban areas. And also very important for LOHC, for our technology, is that we can use existing infrastructure for liquid fuels. So the implementation is rather safe, rather fast, and also cost-efficient. Yeah, that's related to the transportation. That's not also one topic. Also, we see is the challenges we still see on the on the offtake side. So we are very active now, also working in partnerships with hydrogen producers. But at the same time, the hydrogen industry needs to have an established offtake market. So and here the industry still needs to develop. I think also off-takers have the challenge now to adapt own processes and so on. Sometimes a bit a chicken and egg problem, which we see here. Very important for this is, in our belief, is that we move forward also with first pilot projects. And here, of course, also the government needs to support to establish the whole chain. And with this brings me a bit to the third point, also a bit to regulatory topics where the government is involved. A lot has been done already in the last year, also how I observed it, but still there's a way to go. We need to have clarity in regards to all regulations and certifications and so on. And we do hope that this is clarified very soon.
Yeah, and certainly, I guess a lot of challenges around there, and I mean, I guess around some of the specific challenges that Hydrogenious sees with the technology, or what are some of your specific challenges there in the business?
I think, of course, also our company now, I think there are challenges. In principle, I think we see a lot of demand for our technology. So also speaking here, in my role as a CCO, I think the pipeline is well filled. So I can really see that we are, let's say, are involved in a lot of global projects. But now it's of course also on us now to ensure the upscaling. So to ensure that the projects, that our technology is then upscaled in a timely manner, also in the way how we promise it to our partners. That's one thing. And the other thing is also to manage a bit the growth of our company. So we are now 240 employees. When I entered the company, it was like 80 employees less. So there's a steep increase of the employee number in our company. And this, of course, needs to be well managed by Hydrogenious. But I'm very confident that we're able to do so.
I mean around, I guess, the technology piece, and you mentioned the project pipeline, and you're obviously involved in a lot of projects, and you're also obviously working with off takers. I guess are there some specific challenges around bringing the off takers in terms of how they get the hydrogen out of the LOHC? Is there new technology that needs to be developed, or what are some of the activities around that area?
Yeah, so from our side, I can say that our technology, so we are, as I said already in the beginning, so we are kind of we are the missing link to connect the production and the demand side. So and with this, I think we are solving one of the still key challenges of the whole industry. A few words, how does it work? So on the production side, we have our storage plant, our hydrogenation plant, where we connect the hydrogen molecule to a liquid thermal oil. It's called benzyl toluene. And with this, we bring this loaded benzyl toluene, the fuel, to a ship. It's transported then to the demand side in Europe, Port of Rotterdam, Port of Amsterdam, where we have a release plant, a dehydrogenation plant, where the gas is disconnected from the oil and then brought directly to the off-taker. So here, this technology we are, have already, proven in a lower scale, and now we are upscaling our technology here. Just to complete here the whole chain, so the unloaded benzyl toluene is then brought back with the same ship to the production site and gets loaded again. So this means, in principle, we have a transportation cycle. We establish a transportation cycle. The good thing is also with our technology that the degradation level is very low, so we can use our liquid fuel hundreds of times. And this also is, of course, very efficient then for the whole cycle. So in terms of Nadim?
I guess the way to think of the toluene is almost as part of the transport infrastructure.
It's a pure carrier, which is which you more or less procure once, and then you use it then for 20 years. So that's the idea. Maybe just some few words to our benefits. So very important for us, and this differentiates us also a bit to other technologies, that our fuel is handled like diesel. And this is a big advantage because it's transported under ambient conditions, and we can use, as I said already, existing conventional fuel infrastructure. So this means that there's a kind of cost-efficient way to establish the whole chain. Very important also, and also I come from Germany, where very populated areas, that our technology can be transported in a safe way. So we can bring the molecule in a safe way to the off-taker in the hinterland, in the German hinterland, for instance. And also very important, and this, of course, finally, it all comes to economics, that we believe we are cost competitive. Generic studies from external consultants have shown this, but also our own studies.
Excellent. It's certainly a very valuable link, and I guess the lack of toxicity and obviously, you mentioned the safety aspect is obviously going to be a bonus of using LOHC. I guess sort of one last question, I guess, around is there a single sort of one lesson learned that you want to share with listeners today?
Actually, I have 3 lessons learned. There are a lot of lessons learned, but I just would like to mention here 3 lessons learned. First of all, I think it's very important, and I also come from also refer a bit to my experience from the renewable industry. I think we need to stay technology open. Yeah, so there should be not one fits it all. I think all technology, and this refers to technology across the whole supply chain, but also to our transportation sector, that we keep, let's say, all alternatives open. That's one request also we have, but also one lessons learned. The second is, of course, the whole build-up of the whole industry can only be done with partnership, with international partnerships, yeah, that players across the supply chain come together and work together and more or less share benefits and strengths. Yeah, very important, the partnerships. And last not least, and also in these days, yeah, where the whole hydrogen market is still very dynamic, I think we need to stay very flexible, adaptive to new developments. And that's something we try in Hydrogenious to ensure, you know, that we are observative, let's say, regarding new developments and adapt if needed.
Yeah, certainly. I've seen a couple of reports out recently also around using hydrogen as a storage or specifically around balancing the grid. So also I think LOHC would be useful there because you can keep the hydrogen in the base oil until you actually want to use it, can't you?
No, Nadim, you're completely right. So our technology has, of course, various application cases. And we are concentrating a bit at the moment on the transportation because we see here also on short term the biggest demand, but at the same time also we see a good application for our technology for storage, and this also could solve other challenges of the whole industry. But you're completely right, there are different applications possible with LOHC.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, thanks a lot, Toralf, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to share some of your thoughts today. We look forward to learning more. As I said, I think you and your colleagues will be speaking at the Congress. There's a whole 2 days on the derivative side, which I think is now sold out. But lots of content, lots of speakers. We've got some of the best minds of hydrogen coming together. So we look forward to meeting you and the Hydrogenious team again. And stay safe and look forward to seeing you in Rotterdam.
Thanks, the team, and I'm looking forward to participate in Rotterdam and see you in Rotterdam. Yeah.
Cheers. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay.